I've been doing the Tesla thing now since the 25th, and I got to tell you, Tesla thing's been good. I don't feel stressed with the payment because I'm making the money. I'm averaging, I don't know, between 12 and 1300 a week, 1400 a week, somewhere in there. I just kind of look at the numbers. Maybe I'll show you here. You see my little simple Excel sheet. Doing this has definitely gotten less stressful because I got no worries. Everybody knows I'm renting the Tesla Model Y through DriveWhip until I go ahead and decide to purchase. I'm telling you, I'm going to make the purchase. It's just a matter of when, not if. But knowing that the only thing I got to worry about is just my charging costs, that I don't have to worry about any maintenance or insurance payments or any of that. It's all included. Some might say, well, it's cheaper and, what does it take, 10 minutes to make a payment? Yeah, I get that. But I don't have to worry about mileage. I don't have to worry about none of that. So I'm not saying it's the right way to do it. I'm just saying it's the way I'm doing it right now. And I'm making my money. And I haven't had any problems. Like, as opposed to when I was with Hertz. Hertz, I had a shitload of problems, remember? And they jacking the price around and not telling you when you need to come in, telling you when you need to come in, telling me when I need to take the car in, and if I don't get 30 rides with Uber, they're going to take whatever, dude. I don't have those problems. I make my payment, I'm good. Right? I'm good. It's been gloomy and overcast too down here lately, South Florida. The markets have definitely been, the market is definitely slower. But the biggest question I get is, would I be making the same money if I were driving the Caddy, the XT6, than I am driving the Tesla? I have no real way to compare that. That's the truth. Where with the Caddy, I have XL on Uber and on Lyft. Well, on Lyft if I want to get bombarded with extra comfort, because they're claiming extra comfort's a premium ride list, and that's a whole nother video. So I give up XL. And I give up on Lyft Lux Black SUV. Well, listen. First of all, the black SUV for me on Lyft was maybe once a week. We've always said, plenty of videos, it's a unicorn ride. I'm still getting my fair share of Lyft Black rides. Like, I cannot complain about my Lyft Black rides. And that's all I take on Lyft. But I'm getting them. Are they all bangers? No. But my thought process is, as long as I'm getting the request and I accept the request, and as long as it's not like $6 or $7 freaking dollars, even for a mile, man, Lyft, bro, Lyft Black, under $7. I don't give a shit if it's 20 feet. Come on. Black is an ego thing, dude. Anyway, so since I don't get the XLs, but what I have been doing is I've been doing comfort on Uber. And, like we talked about it the other night on the show, my standard is, 30 an active hour or better for comfort. It's not easy to do, but I don't have to decline a whole lot of rides to get there. It's like I'm not saying you can train the algorithm. I'm just saying the algorithm is throwing me rides that get between that $30 and $40 range on comfort. That's all I can say. Premier rides, we talked about that too in the past. With Premier, you just never know what you're going to get, right? Premier and Premier SUV are so closely priced that people will just automatically go and take the Premier SUV. But I'm getting my share of Premier rides. That's not a problem. Anyway, we're going to get this day started. That's where I've been at. The numbers are good. Going into this week, I think I'm about 22 hours going into Friday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I got about 22 hours in on both apps. And I'm at 489. I'm at 55% charging right now, and we're going to get this day started. All right, so for the weekend, Uber's back to their quest of number of rides equals X amount of dollars. I took the lowest one, which was 40 trips for extra $60. I don't plan on hitting it, but if I do, awesome. If I don't, oh well. I preferred the cash quest, $250, make an extra 400 or 40 to $60. That was awesome for me, but I was also driving the Caddy. So we'll see how that plays out. I turned on the apps at 3:30. It's 3:43. I'm going to get my first ride now. $11 comfort. It's going to take 18 minutes to complete. So that puts me in that $30 range. The difference though is I'm in a $3.50 or $3 boost zone. So there they go. That's what Uber does. Anyway, that's the first ride of the day. Let's go get this money, y'all, because ain't nobody gonna give it to us. All right, so it's 7:35 right now. Got about 4 hours in. I'm at $91 on Uber, $23 on Lyft. So 110 in. We're doing okay there. Not busy, what I would say. I mean, I say that, and I've got, I think, 6 or 7 trips in on Uber, all short trips though. And I got the 1 trip on Lyft. Now, I charged up in the midday yesterday. And as soon as I got charged up to 80%, I got a rip down to Miami last night. $71 Premier for, I think it took me like 40 minutes, 45 minutes, something like that. Anyway, so I started the day, because then I had to come all the way back. So I started the day with 52%. I've decided to start charging at 32%. So I only used about 20% battery. The reason why I'm telling you this is because you have to be so selective when you decide to start charging your Tesla. You got to be strategic. I'm looking at the map. The map is not impressive to me. Side note, Lyft is on some real, I don't know, fuzzy math lately. They've sent me tonight 2 trips. Lux Black, remember that's all I drive is Lux Black on Lyft. One was for $7.20. The problem with that ride is, forget that it's a black ride, Uber Comfort bare minimum trip is $7.20. So Lyft is playing games, as they always do, trying to squeeze drivers. Oh, it's a black ride, so yeah, you know, you get the prestige of driving black. Yeah, no, that ain't how that's going to work. Then the second trip they sent me, which I had accepted at first, it was $8.31 going 2 miles. And I was right there. The problem with that trip is she immediately sent me the gate code and then the apartment or townhouse number, whatever it is. It's the first time that I go to a gate and I got to get out of the car, walk all the way over to the gate keypad, type in the gate code, then walk all the way back to the car to drive in. That ain't happening. That's a cancellation. $8. Y'all can kiss my lily. Anyway, we're charging up now. I'm going to take this back up to 80%. And then I'll come back at the end of the night and let you know how I'm doing. It is what it is, y'all. You got to grind. You got to fucking grind. That's all. That's how we're going to make our money. All right, so we're going to wrap up the night. Man, I put in 9 hours out here today, right? Started at 3:15, shut everything down at 3:30, shut everything down at 12:30. There was like these lulls in there for a Friday night. Don't make no damn sense. But I wound up 157 on Uber, another 59 on Lyft. So what's that? 216, 217 for the night, for a Friday night. I mean, my goals are, 150 a day, Monday through Thursday, 200 on Friday, 300 on Saturday, another $150 on Sunday. That puts us where we need to be. But I haven't even been putting in any morning shifts. If I can sneak in 3-4 hours in the morning too, I mean, I might really be able to make some good money while it's here. I don't know. We're going to find out. Anyway, yep. See you tomorrow. What's going on, y'all? It is Saturday, 3 o'clock on the head. Time to go get this day started. Earlier in the day, I've knocked out a couple of videos for Amazon Influencer. Got those uploaded. Those will be processing now. Hopefully they'll be live in a few hours. Listen, question that I've been getting asked a lot was, Vinny, you talk an awful lot about making a pivot. What's your pivot? Well, apparently some people ain't paying attention. That's all I can say. I've been saying for the last 6-8 months, 2024 was going to be a turning year for rideshare. We've already seen it start with rideshare, with the reduction of rates, how much they're squeezing on the transaction, how much the rider's getting charged, how much the driver's getting paid. We've already seen all this. We've also already seen How many people have leveled up? Meaning they went and got Suburbans, they went and got Escos, they went and got Navigators and Expeditions and all of these big fancy SUVs. And guess what? Now those people are having to drop down to XL, drop down to Comfort, because there's not enough rides out there to help them pay for them trucks and pay their bills. I told y'all the pivot was down. And for me, this vehicle is allowing me to pivot down. So you say, well, Vinny, you're renting, da-da-da. Listen, we already talked about that. I'm making enough money to cover and pay my bills. But here's the thing. It's also allowing me to acclimate again to Comfort rides. I still get Premier. I still get Lux Black or Lip Black, whatever it is this week, right? I still get all that. So I'm still making money. But I have the ability to not have to wait around for an XL ride. The ability to not have to wait around for a Premier ride because they might not be coming. Y'all don't understand how many more SUVs. Y'all talk about market saturation. Listen, the market is saturated on the upper platforms without a doubt. Today's Saturday. I'm supposed to take out the Caddy today. Remember? That's what I said I would do. I would take the Caddy out. No, there's no events today. There's K. Joe Coy, whatever his name is, way down in Miami later tonight, comedian. Okay, but that's it. And I'm not going to drive 35 miles south for maybe get a ride. Nah, we don't do that shit. Anyway, I've been getting used to driving this Model Y every day and on the weekends. There's no big events. We're going to make our money here because I know I can grind 200 to 300 today, again, on this car. And I'm saving better than half on fuel. Guys, it's a no-brainer. The pivot is down. Not to mention, we're not going to get into it, but not to mention, you know, a lot of people feel like Teslas are getting favored by Uber and Lyft. I don't know if it's true. I have no clue. It might be, it might not be. But if it's true, well, I'm getting favored. I can't say I'm getting favored by Lyft, but, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, so that's one of my pivots. My pivot was to pivot down so that I can still work, still make money. I'm making as much money doing Comfort rides as I was with XL rides. And that's all I gave up was XL rides. So there's that. Number two, my pivot to become less dependent on these apps and grow into other things. The Amazon Influencer Program. I am going to start doing videos on those to open my channel up. I thought about creating a second channel, and to myself, I'm like, well, why would you do that? My channel has always been about independent business creation. My channel has always been about trying to help people make money, man. Because when I was coming up, they didn't teach us that shit in school. We didn't have all this fancy computer shit to help us get where we're trying to go. I'm 55, y'all. I need to do things smarter, not harder. So you're going to start seeing those videos. They might not appeal to you. I understand that. There's still going to be a lot of videos that might not appeal to you. I understand that too. I'm not trying to piss you off. We're still going to do our rideshare, but we're just going to open up the channel to more things. Because to be honest, I don't have enough time to start a second channel and all of that good stuff. So there you go. There's that answer. I know it was a little long-winded, but there's that answer. You wanted to know my pivots? There are my pivots. And so these are pivots that anybody can do if they just put their mind to it. Anyway, we're going to run in here, wash the car real quick, put a little air in one of the tires, get a little food, and I will be back when I throw these apps on.
As remember, but they acquired a company.
Sorry about that. Was watching Steve from Rideshare Rodeo. 13 minutes of gig news. Let's see, what do we got here? Nope, we're not doing that. We're not going to Miami. Nope, too early. I just turned on the app, y'all. It's 3:45. They tried to send me to Miami, 3118, 4.94 comfort ride. 52 minutes, 33 miles, 34 miles. You know, the money is right for a comfort ride. It's over 30 an hour. But the ride back would be horrible. Horrible. You know, by the way, I thought about this yesterday, and I'm going to start it today. We're going to get it started right now. You know, we sit around in these goddamn cars, driving all these people everywhere, and you know what happens? We gain weight. Look at that. 230 pounds, man. I was supposed to go on a weight loss diet, got lazy, but you know what? I got something for it now. You know what we're going to do? Every time we give a ride, 10 push-ups. Now listen, don't laugh. I got to use the car right now for the push-ups, but we're going to start it right now with the inclines. Let's get it. Y'all ready? Y'all think I'm joking, huh? Nope. Here we go. Let me get to the right angle. Shoulder width apart. I used to be able to do a lot of this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For every ride we give, we're going to give ourselves 10 push-ups. Y'all think that's funny, huh? It ain't funny. When your ass is out of shape, you're feeling messed up, you got to do something. That's a good way to start. Right now, I cannot do a full normal push-up. My ass is too fat. You know, today might be a little more difficult. Either I did that or got out here too early. I've turned down 4 requests already. Comfort rides going all the way down to Miami. All of them, they meet the criteria, but I just know coming back's going to be a mother son of a gun, and I don't want to get stuck down there. They got construction on the eye. It's just, I don't want to be down there today. So we're going to continue to wait. But while we're waiting, I'm going to go in the back and hit 10 more push-ups. Yeah. Maybe that's the way to do it. Maybe every time I turn down a ride, I do 10 push-ups. All right, so I just picked up a reservation request from right here where I'm at, Sawgrass Mills Mall, to go like 7 miles away from here for $40, $39 and change. So I've turned down 5 comfort requests now going down to Miami for $31, $32. Sometimes you just got to be patient. I mean, is it luck? Yeah, it's luck that somebody decided to order a premier reservation. But at the same time, I got it. I'm going to take it. Let's see if it holds up. All right, so tonight is not going well at all. But you know what? It's because I decided to stick to my guns and not go for the cheap rides or rides throwing me into an area I know I'm not going to make any money at. Because I'm on the Zello group, I can hear these guys. I know where they're making money and where they're not, and nobody's making any money. So I've got 2 rides in right now for $81.54. One was a super, super good ride. I show you right here, a premier reservation I picked up. And then I just did a comfort ride, $33 for 40 minutes. So it was more mileage, but I don't care about mileage. But I mean, $33 for 40 minutes puts me, right around $48, $50 an hour. So sometimes I might not make as much money, but I'm not wasting as much energy. I'm not, I'm not hurting myself or coming off what I think I need to be making. All right, it is Sunday. It is 12:23 p.m. We're getting out a little early today. Listen, last night was a bomb. For me, it was a bomb. 145 on the books, all Uber. Just a shitty night. Looking back on it, I probably could have started my day someplace different. I didn't use up a lot of charge. I didn't burn up a lot of miles. But, I didn't make a whole lot of money yesterday. That was a shocker for me. But listening to the guys on the radio, man, they ain't made no money yesterday either. At least not when I decided to call it a night. So anyway, today we're going to go try some different things. For every ride I give, I'll do the 10 push-ups. For every ride I turn down, I'm going to do squats. Yeah. And so for today's question was, Vinny, how come a Tesla and not a Prius or not a $5,000, $8,000 beater? Why are you renting a Tesla? And why did you rent the Tesla instead of just buying the Tesla? Well, first part of that question is simple. Priuses are too small for me. They limit your opportunity to earn on different platforms. And it's just boring. Like, A Prius is boring, man. There's nothing to it. If my whole goal in life was to be the ultimate ant, the ultimate Uber X and Uber X shared and Lyft driver, then yeah, I would consider a Prius. And that's not to say people who drive Priuses are wrong. It's just not for me. Because let's be honest, the goal is to not stay in rideshare. The goal is to take rideshare to move us out of rideshare. Something I'm learning more and more every day. So that's why I don't have a Prius or a Toyota Corolla or a 45, 50 mile, to the gallon car. They're boring cars. You can't do nothing with them. You're stuck and limited on your platforms. If you're going to pay for something, God help me. If you're going to kind of pick a vehicle to do rideshare with, you want something that's at least versatile. And we've always talked about that. The XXL, in this case, Comfort, Lux, Premier, XL SUV. You get the point. You can't just limit yourself. So anyway, that's why I did that. Number two, it's like I said, the Prius, all those cars are boring. What else are you going to do with that car? Don't nobody want to watch YouTube for those cars, right? There's no demand for Prius content in the world. It doesn't exist. This is trending. This car is trending. Look at that view, by the way. I noticed when I was editing the video this morning from yesterday, that view, man, that's real. That's not painted. That's no Da Vinci painting there. Leonardo, right? No. That's not the Sistine Chapel. That's South Florida sun, buddy. Those are Florida mountains behind me. Why am I renting the car versus making the purchase? Oh, it's real simple. Interest rates and price. Right now, the Model Y pricing is excellent, but the interest rates are still kind of high. And listen, I can't go out and buy a car cash. If you can go out and buy a car cash, you ain't supposed to, you shouldn't even be watching my videos. But I can't afford to go out and buy the car cash. So I want to get a better interest rate if they're going to cut. We don't know if the Fed's going to cut, number one. Number two, if I can try before I buy, I mean, isn't that a good thing? You can't make it. We found out you can't make a decision on whether Teslas are good for rideshare or not in a week or two. What we can find out is what you fit in. I don't fit in the Model 3, man. My body's just too damn old to get squatting down into the Model 3. Now, as I lose this weight and stuff, that'll probably change. But this Model Y, bro, the opportunity is phenomenal. The fact that I can rent this for 3 months, get a solid data set, have really good numbers to make a decision, and then make a purchase. I mean, to me, try before you buy. Why not? Why not? All right, so my first ride of the day was a Premier ride. Nice couple from New York down here doing a little tourism thing. $33, $8 tip, $41.48. But I took them into Boca Raton to the mall. And so I said, well, you know what? Since I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and top off my charge. Look, I'm going to cheat. I was at like 36%. But I'm going to go ahead and top off my charge for the day so I don't have to worry about that later. And then look what I saw. All the chargers are full. Now I'm charging. But when you look around, you got cars waiting. And this is a real thing. I guess. Like charging during the day if you don't have the ability to charge at home. And you're hearing about this. Look, here's another one. There's another one coming in to get ready to try to charge. This is a real thing. This is part of your strategies that you have to work on. And this is why most people benefit from charging at night if they don't have the ability to charge at home. Yep, and no matter how crazy it looks, we just charged up to 86%. But you know what we didn't do, right? I told y'all. It's time to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. You know what? My old ass is sore as shit. My old ass is sore as shit from yesterday with them shits. Woo! Let's go. All right, so if you made it this far, I appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like, comment, subscribe, yada, 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 housekeeping. We finished up yesterday at 293. All right, 273 on Uber, 8 trips, 1 trip on Lyft for $20. The interesting thing about the Lyft trip, obviously, was a Lyft Black, but it was the only request I had gotten in 2 days. Well, I got one request Saturday and it was canceled. And then it was the only request I got yesterday. It's like nobody's taking Lyft Black. I don't understand what the issue is there. Other than, it's like I keep saying, the economy, right? It's the economy, stupid. That's what they say. Yesterday, I had lulls. I had gaps of time where nothing came through the app on Uber. Nothing. I took 1 or 2 rides yesterday that were questionable in the sense of, why would I take those rides? I mean, they met my per hour requirement of 30 or better an hour, but they were, to be honest, there were places I was going to go. Miami International Airport was one of them. And if I don't get rematched, I know I'm going to deadhead back north, right? And then the last Uber ride I took last night took me all the way to South Miami, from where I was at, Sawgrass. But I took the ride. I mean, it was 40 minutes for $38. How do you not take the ride? And I had the apps on coming back up, you know, but anyway, the reason why I bring that up is because there's some differences when you're driving the Tesla, and I'm going to do a whole video on this. 3 things I like about the Tesla for rideshare and 3 things I don't like about the Tesla for rideshare. That'll be the next video. You burn up electricity when needlessly, right? There's a whole nother thing to that. Anyway, bottom line is I wound up finishing at, I think it's 12:55 for the week. I probably about 10 hours less than I put in last week, but a lot more sitting time this week. A lot more sitting time. I don't know how that's going to pan out. Anyway, these are the numbers. This is where we're at. I hope I answered the 3 most commonly asked questions I've been getting lately. And I appreciate you guys hanging in there. 2 things before we go. Number 1, be mindful of your circle. Because your circle is who you are. Those that you keep around you is what you are. That's number 1. Number 2, get away from the negative shit. In my downtime, I'm watching YouTube because you can watch YouTube in the Tesla. And the amount of negativity out there, the amount of people that are angry, and I get the angry. Like, I get the angry. I get the frustration. I'm frustrated too. I get it. But goddamn, if it's that flipping bad, get away from it. At some point, we're all going to have to get away from this. I don't know how else to say it. At some point, you got to get away from it. Anyway, I know, not the greatest ending, but that's the ending, folks. That's all, folks.